Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be talking about mods that I regret doing to my car in terms of not like reliability issues or whatnot, but you'll see what I mean. Now if you guys are new to the channel, which I hope you guys aren't, this is my 2020 Honda Civic Si. It is full bolt-on, big turbo, custom tune, everything. Now, why would I be saying mods that I regret? No, it's not the bigger turbo or anything in the performance aspect, but it's a little weird, but I hope this would make sense once I am done. But ironically, the first one that we're going to be talking about is going to be the intake. Now, if you guys remember way back when I got the car first, I had the 271 intake. I guess they call it the hybrid intake in terms of like, you won't get hydrolocked, still keeps the temperatures down because it has a funnel on the bottom right here, and it goes all the way up, and there'd be a box right here. The only issue with this intake that I had was sound. It was very, very quiet. I was able to hear a little bit of it when I didn't have my downpipe and my exhaust, but once I put those on, you were not able to hear the intake whatsoever unless I was at a higher RPM and I let it off just so you could hear the whoosh sound. Now, unfortunately, I was chasing sound. Now, the only reason why I switched over to the PRL intake is because I found one locally for about 200 bucks. Maybe even cheaper, actually, if I'm being honest. I had to go pick it up. I don't know, it was like probably like a 30-minute drive, and it had the race math. The only thing I had to do was get this particular spot from 271, because with 271, when you have their inlet piping, you can swap between pretty much any intake on the market. At least that's what they do. With PRL, you can't. With PRL inlet piping, you need a PRL intake. But with the 271 inlet piping, you could switch it out to either or, like I said, and I have no complaints. Why did I go with 271? Honestly, they had a deal, and when I did it, I was able to get, I think, 5 or 10% off, I don't remember. And everybody always went with PRL, and me being me, I just wanted to try out a different company, and I had no complaints other than the sound. I know that's foolish, but moving on. The next one that I'm going to be talking about is actually inside the car. Everybody knows I have the hybrid racing short shifter. What I'm getting at is there are these short shifter adapters. It's literally a stick that you plug in. Dude, I don't even know. Like, here's one. Do not buy it. I'm sorry. Like, I had bad experience with this one. Hey, look, the instructions were just really bad. You had to take everything out. You had to disassemble the actual shifter itself. If you guys are going to be getting a short shifter, do not get the short shifter adapter. Or I guess you can say the ones that look like this. What I'm saying is there's 3 on the market that are only worth getting. Acuity or hybrid racing. Those 2 are the best ones in the game right now. If you are tight on money and you actually find one local, you can get an OEM Type R shifter and it fits exactly on here. The only thing that I would recommend getting if you get that Type R shifter, if you go to Acuity or even hybrid racing, they have like the shifter rocker, the bushings, and you can just swap out the shift knob and it'll be great. Next one on the list. Do you guys remember all those other freaking lips I got on the car? Yeah, so do I. I probably went through 1, 2, 3. I think 3. I went through 3 different ones. This is my favorite one. It is the Type R style lip kit. There are only 2 that I recommend getting. It is the Pro Civic front lip. I believe it's this one right here, the one that I had first on the car. I ended up giving it to Hector when I swapped out. And then the next one is going to be the Type R style front lip, which is this one right here that I'm having on the car. And it comes in 2 different styles. I believe it's matte black, and then this one's the carbon fiber accent. It's tightly snug in there because you also had to replace the lower grille on it. Now, I had a couple people ask me why haven't I gotten the Greddy one. Dude, do you guys remember my Ultimate Motorsports front lip? It was a GT style, I guess is what they call it. That thing was aggressive AF. And honestly, I thought it looked really good, but it was just too low. Like, I think if I remember, it's probably like down to here. That was pretty low. I scraped everywhere with that. It eventually ended up cracking and it started fading in color. I didn't like that. I swapped over to this one and this one lasted a lot longer. So, but where I'm getting at is all the other lips that I got in, this one is probably the most stylish, the most aggressive, and the one that's not as low. So I hate that I had to go through 4 different lips to understand or to come to realize maybe I should just get this one. And the reason why it took so long to get this front lip is because I didn't want to remove the bumper. You have to remove the bumper if you want to get all this in there secured and precise. The next one we're going to be talking about is carbon fiber overlays. I have a couple. SynthCarbon, shout out to them. They gave me the side pillar overlay. It looks great. I think it looks good on this car. Some in the interior is really good, but some I think is just too much. When I first got the car, if you guys remember, I had carbon fiber overlay, I think right here on my vents. I had it right here, and I ended up keeping that one because I put it right there as well. And I almost got some like right here, the door pillar. Like I almost went all out with carbon fiber overlay, but then I started regretting it because at certain time of the day, the sun just came in and it gave me the nastiest glare to the point where I had to put, I don't know, I always carry those yellow rags with us, like just to wash the car or whatever. I had to cover it right here. This one right here in particular that I had just blinded me so bad on my way to work. And it was only I want to say maybe 11 to 12 o'clock, right when the sun is right up above us. And then eventually over time, I just kind of got over it. And I just like, you know when you buy something and you're like, this is really cool. And then afterwards you're like, maybe it's a little too much. I think it was a little too much. Right now the steering wheel is great. This overlay is great. I have a sticker over here in the middle. That's great. Side ones look cool, but I like how, like if I had a carbon fiber overlay here, but then here's the thing, if I get it here, I'm gonna want it here and I'm gonna want it here so it all matches. And then once I get it, I'm probably gonna think like it's too much. So I'd rather just leave it as is. Not talking bad on it. I'm sure a lot of people love it. I used to like it, and then I don't know, maybe my style just changed a little bit. A little bit of carbon fiber accents here and there make the car look great. A little too much, I feel like I'm gonna regret it. So the last one that I'm gonna be talking about is tuning. No, I don't regret getting custom tuning. I regret getting off-the-shelf tunes. Now, if you are getting Ktuner for the first time, sure, you're gonna get a free custom tune right out the get-go if you get it from Two Step Performance or Phearable. You do have the base ones from Ktuner, but Phearable and Two Step Performance, they just perform way better. Where I'm getting at is I probably went through all of Phearable's stage 1, 1.5, 1.5R, the stage 2, like everything. I went through all their tunes. And then I ended up getting a custom tune when I went E85 or E30. And then when I went bigger turbo, I got another tune. So where I'm getting at is, if you know you're gonna go all out, stick to the base map that you got when you bought the Ktuner. Wait until you get all the parts, like just get custom tuning. It is so much better and it's more precise for your car. Now, I think the last time I checked with John and with Derek, they both have better off-the-shelf tune now. Like, I think when you get an off-the-shelf tune from them, you put your specific mods to the car. I don't know, like, I'm not talking bad on off-the-shelf tunes. Keep that in mind. I use them myself plenty of times. But what I am saying is custom tuning is just so much better overall, because it is a custom tune to your particular mods, to your particular car. To me, you're gonna be spending more money than you should. The only reason why I was trying different tunes off the shelf was because of YouTube. I wanted to experience it. I wanted to give you guys my feedback, and my personal opinion, just go custom tuning. I hope this video was a little entertaining for you guys. I'm not bashing on any of the parts that I got in before. I just wanted to give you guys my personal opinion on everything that I regret doing and what I should have just done since the beginning. But again, you live and you learn. And again, mainly did all this stuff because of YouTube. Experimenting, trying out new things, trying to get reviews out for you guys in terms of parts and everything else that I've done to the car. It helped, it really did. Like, but now I know. Like for example, if I were to get a Type R tomorrow, I would probably get everything done to the car, then get a custom tune. That way I'm not jumping back and forth from different tunes. Does that make sense? I want to say thank you to everybody that said all those kind things in my last video. Really means a lot. And I will see you guys in another one. You guys have a good day. Peace.